Morning, guys. It is foggy Tuesday here on the farm. Days are definitely getting shorter. It is 6:30 and the sun's just coming up now. So that means we have less time to get things done in a day. Not my favorite time of the year. So I'm gonna scramble on now. We're gonna get the animals fed this morning and then off to work we go. We had a ton of rain last night. As you can hear me slopping through it now. One of our main trails that I walk every morning to feed is actually over a couple in-ground springs. And you can see here behind us, I mean, that water bubbles up, kind of creates a little stream here, which it's great that we have water on the property, but also can kind of cause an issue as we drive through here, walk through here. We don't want that to wash out, so we have to keep an eye on that as well. The cool thing about those springs, that is the water to our house. So I'll show that a different day, but our water pretty much comes right from the land here. We're not going deep down like a traditional well. Obviously we have filtration, things like that, but we'll do that another time. Morning, pigs. Oh, it's muddy in here. Definitely a mud pit in here. So it's something I talk about a lot as far as days getting shorter is something that I don't look forward to out here. And I think it's something that you definitely do need to be honest with yourself and consider when you're gonna start a homestead or a farm, because the reality is you're gonna have to get out in the dark sometimes and do work with limited light situations where you can't see. I mean, think of it, it's 6:30 here this morning. I gotta be on the road to work by 20 after 7. Kids aren't even up yet, so we got a lot to do here in the next 40 minutes. At the same time, you have to make this a priority. You got to make sure your animals are taken care of. Unless, of course, you're going to talk your sheep here. We talk endlessly how little maintenance actually goes into them. Another advantage to having them when you're working a normal day job. But now, if you're talking pigs and even chickens, I mean, there's definitely maintenance that goes into them. So knocking that stuff out as the days get shorter. You got to move a little bit, and that's why if I sound like I'm stuck in wind here this morning, just trying to get this stuff done. So what are some things that you can actually do? Here I am rambling about the days getting shorter, but what are some solutions? So talk about this before. You can automate some things. Pig feeder would be great for these instances. If you know you're gonna have a late night at work or you're not gonna get up quite as early, automatic pig feeder. Your pigs are gonna be set for a few days there. Caution again, they are gonna overeat. It's just part of it. It's a trade-off there of having an automated feeder. You can also do, at least maybe not automated, we're gonna get there eventually, but some sort of automated water or semi-automated watering, which again, we use that ram pump for. I think something else that seems a little mundane sometimes or too much of a routine, but establish kind of your path and lay out your pasture, your gates, your property accordingly. We have a really interesting situation here where we have all this thick, just weedy stuff on the outside. So there's only certain places. We also have a little creek running through here. There are only certain places where we could actually put fencing and gates. So my walk in the morning is a little longer. I think I need to get a side-by-side or something like that to make things even quicker, but that'll be down the road. But anyway, if you can establish some sort of routine and a specific kind of pattern that you walk every day. Again, I know it seems a little tedious to do the exact same thing, but you're gonna get that dialed in. You're gonna be very quick and efficient with getting your morning routine done. So what I'll typically do, I'll run right out, I'll get the pigs first, check on the sheep, loop back around, check the chicken coop, check the water, and it's basically a one big circle for me right back to the house. I talk about rain. This is by our chicken coop. This is just literally a wetland right now. Disgusting. It's gonna make a mess, and the pigs they're gonna have a field day in here. Yeah, I don't think I want the pigs anywhere near this. Look at this, just swamp. So you can see how much we got last night. Everything here is just mud. Wash that out. Definitely gotta clean that water out. Look at this. Pigs are loving this. Look at them creating a bed. So as we're cleaning out our water here, what else can you do to mitigate kind of the effects of shorter days? Well, I do think one thing you can certainly plan to do is just simply not overwinter your animals. So let's, for instance, talk pigs. So a lot of times what people are gonna do, they're gonna get feeder piglets in the spring, raise them out to late fall, early winter. Then they don't have to worry about anything over winter. They don't have to come out here in the 10-degree weather and smash ice to get some water to them. They don't have to worry about food, just feeding them in general. When there's less forage, they're gonna consume more. It's colder, their bodies are gonna need more to stay warm. And again, what I keep circling back to, you just don't have to be out here, late at night, early in the morning when it's still pitch black. Chickens are pretty much gonna be the same throughout the winter. I mean, you're gonna have to, you can't, it doesn't make sense to get rid of your egg layers, but that's pretty simple. You feed them, you put fresh water in. They don't consume nearly the water that a pig would, so it's not all that much work. Our sheep are pretty simple still. We do need to supplement with hay, which we prep that here in the summer. Theoretically, they would just be on pasture if we don't get snow, but that's not always realistic. So that's a little bit of work as well. But again, they're still gonna need some water. I know they're not gonna consume as much water as that of a pig, but it's still work. And that's fairly common as well with sheep. A lot of times people are gonna kind of downsize their flock and harvest off, maybe the spring lambs from that year. That way they're only overwintering really what's needed there. We're still trying to grow our flock, so we're going in guns blazing. Everybody's coming with us over winter. And I think we're gonna be fine, but it's all stuff you gotta think of because it's gonna be added work to you. You're gonna do the same amount of work, if not more, in a lot less time. You could just get a spotlight and a headlamp. I mean, that's kind of what I do, and just get out here and, it's not fun. I'll be the first one to admit it's probably my least favorite thing about doing this. I'll always tell everybody that winter is just not my thing anymore. And I think a lot of it has to do with just trying to sustain these animals, being out here in the cold, and a lot of times you're just soaking wet. It's definitely something I could do without, but again, it's all part of it. It's where we live, and it's certain sacrifices you have to make to do this. And we're gonna continue to come up with some things, try to think through, how can we make our lives a little easier as the daylight shortens. Here I am, it is middle of September. It's not like it's pitch black already at 5 o'clock, but that time is quickly coming. Once kind of Labor Day hits, it's a downhill slide from there. So we got to think through that stuff a little more, as we prep here for the winter, and we'll definitely have more to come for you. Yeah, I would say it rained a lot last night. Oh man. So anyway, guys, so I'm dropping my buckets here. That took us 27 minutes to make our rounds and also stop and talk a little bit. So probably a little quicker if we were just running around on our own, but I got to get off to work today. Again, sometimes you just got to work a little quicker as the daylight shrinks on us, and we'll keep you guys updated as we come up with more solutions. We got a lot of projects coming up as well, so appreciate you guys watching. Stay tuned for more. If you like what we're doing, give us a good old thumbs up, subscribe to our channel. And guys, it's Tuesday. Enjoy your day.